Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna try to be quiet because Misty is asleep in my arms. Actually, she might be waking up. But I wanted to share about yesterday. Yesterday was, excuse me, an extremely rough day. And if you've ever had one of those days where you're just not proud of yourself, you're not proud of how you've responded, how you act, it was a rough day. We did get a lot done. Misty, therapy was wonderful, like she always does. She's a champ. She's amazing. Let me adjust her little talk. So, sorry. What started the roughness of the day was poor Dan's just trying to get stuff done at school and get caught up. He's teaching a college, like advanced biology or whatever this year, and so there's a lot of work with that. Misty had therapy, and then what really got started was I went to SNR, which was good. I have a video that I'll post later about that. But Dan and Steve were going to pick me up from SNR. And they got me picked up, and then we were gonna get McDonald's, like we always do after Misty's therapy. And we're pulling into the McDonald's, and the car just stalls. Sorry guys, I keep pushing up my glasses. It stopped working, and yeah, so that was really hard. So Dan had mentioned that the car had stalled before, but it stalled and then it wouldn't start. So fortunately, there was these super nice guys that helped Dan push it into a parking spot at the McDonald's. He went ahead and went in and got us food. Then I waved down a taxi and got Misty and I in a taxi because Thomas was at home with a babysitter. And so we loaded all the groceries, and Misty and I got in a taxi with all the groceries and headed home. And then Dan was able to get the car to start, which was really good. Sorry, I'm trying not to chop off my head, but I'm trying to leave Misty out of the video too. He was able to get the car to start and at least get it home, but that was just stressful for us. And then my phone fell on my toe and cut my toe. For a minute I was like, did I break it? And I guess just trying to find the balance of getting school stuff done and figuring school stuff out. And yeah, we were just kind of snippy at each other yesterday, so it wasn't the best of days. And then it was very easy to be frustrated with the kids and, just, I guess, do all the things that you don't ever want to do as a parent or a spouse. But one sec. So, it was hard to just not have the responses and things we wanted to, so that day was hard. And then I was also reminded, after looking at a post from somebody else on Instagram, that yesterday was the 31st anniversary of the passing of the ADA Act. And that was just eye-opening. It reminded me that people with disabilities, for the most part, I mean, there is this select few cases, they don't choose. They don't sit there and say, I'm gonna be lazy and then not be able to work for it. Like, they don't make those decisions. A lot of times people are born that way, or if they end up in an accident or whatever, life happens. And so, it was a good reminder that we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go in making sure that we are doing things that are getting kids and adults the freedoms and things that they need, even if they do have a disability. And we need to treat them as equals. We need to love and sorry guys, I'm trying not to get it right. We need to love and respect them and care for them and meet their needs. And I'm a part of a group, and there was this mom from another country that she sat there and said that she was looking into getting her child into a secondary school, and the response of the school was, meh, we really don't want to make a change. We don't want to make an effort. And it just broke my heart, because not everybody has the resources we do. And, the people that have cared about us and our journey. And I think about myself. Like, I was born just a handful of months after the ADA Act was passed. It was passed in July 1990. I was born in November 1990. Like, my life could have been so different in a negative way if that law had not been passed. There's been many a times I've used elevators because stairs were harder to use, or ramps, or whatever, just simple things, buses that are set up to come to the door, so you don't always have to use normal city transportation. I don't want to say things that should be common sense, because I don't want to come off as like, well, duh, you should know that, but like, this is 2021, and we still, like, the ADA was supposed to help with equal pay for people with disabilities and challenges. There are still so many people that have disabilities and challenges that are unemployed, that would love to have jobs. You drive around the U.S. right now, and there's so many help wanted, hiring, and all these people not taking jobs. Well, maybe we're looking in the wrong place. Maybe, so I guess my own story a little bit. Dan and I had to wait a year after getting married before we came overseas. One, to raise funds, and they wanted us to grow in our marriage and relationship. So for that year, Dan found a job teaching. Wasn't really an issue. And me, on the other hand, excuse me, I never found a full-time job. I applied at schools to be a para. I looked at daycares. Nothing. And a lot of it came down to they were asking if I could drive. Or paras at schools only get paid for part-time, because if they get paid full-time, then they have to offer insurance. And because I would be working part-time, I would have to leave the premise right after I was done working. I don't drive, guys, and so it was heartbreaking. It was hard. I ended up subbing, and for subs, they're pretty darn desperate, so they don't turn you down. But it's just, I went to college. I got a degree. I worked really hard. And I have something to contribute to society. Just because I don't drive shouldn't put me on the list of less than or whatever. You know, it's just the sweet girl in my arms right now. She has a lot to contribute to society, and we need to, excuse me, we need to open our eyes to that. We need to be aware. We need to wake up. It's ridiculous that there was things like the ugly walls. There is so much prejudice and things that just in all of our hearts that needs to be worked through. It's not just skin color. It's not just, oh, that person talks different. We have a society and a problem where we stare, where we look at people that are different, where we judge them, and we've got to, especially as believers, we've got to have the heart of Jesus. We've got to be willing to step up and to say yes, and be his hands and feet. There's so many kids out there that need adopted, and the list is even greatest with those with special needs. And I can tell you, you will be blessed, and all the more for it when you say yes. So I think we're done. I think she's ready to go do something else. So, but yeah, happy 31st anniversary, the passing of the ADA law. If you don't know anything about it, look it up. Do some research. It's history that needs to be taught in our schools and our history books, because there's so much that needs to change. So, love you guys. We'll talk to you next time. Bye. God bless.